Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever really looked at a cardboard box and thought about what's going on inside? Probably not, right? Well, today we are going to completely deconstruct that simple brown box, and trust me, you'll be surprised by the amount of engineering that goes into it. So let's start with that question. What is really inside that thing? I mean, it's way more than just some folded paper. It's actually a pretty clever system with its own language and its own rules, all designed for one thing: to keep your stuff safe.
Okay, let's get into the anatomy of a box. To really get it, you've got to learn the language. We're going to break down the basic terms that manufacturers use all the time so you can sound like you know what you're talking about.
All right, first up is the flute. This is the unsung hero of the cardboard backs. It's that wavy, zigzag paper that's hidden on the inside. That clever design creates these tiny little air pockets that give the box all its cushioning and a whole lot of its strength. It's pretty brilliant, actually.
And then you have the liner. Those are the flat sheets of paper on the outside, the part you actually see and touch. They give the box its smooth surface, which is perfect for printing your logo on, and they make the whole thing rigid. So think of it like a sandwich. You've got two flat liners with that wavy flute squished in the middle. And that combination, that's what we call corrugated board. And this is where things get really practical. You've got single wall boxes, which are your standard everyday box. One flute, two liners. But if you're shipping something heavy or fragile, or you need to stack boxes really high, you're going to need a double wall box. And as you can see, that means you've got 2 layers of that wavy flute and 3 liners. We're talking a 5-layer sandwich now, which makes it way, way stronger. Okay, so enough with the theory. That's the textbook stuff. Let's see how this all works in the real world. We're going to jump over and take a look at an actual manufacturer's website. So for example, we're looking at a company called Boxpool LLP. They're based in India, and they make a ton of different corrugated boxes for all sorts of things. This makes them a perfect real-world example for us. All right, let's snoop around their product pages. Now that we know some of the lingo, we can browse their catalog and actually understand what it is they're selling. Let's see what we can find. So remember that double wall box we were just talking about? The super strong one? 5 layers total, built for maximum protection? Yeah. Keep that picture in your head for a second. And there it is. Look at that. Right on their site, an actual product listing for a double wall 5-ply carton box. See? It's not just some random industry term. You know exactly what that means now. 5 layers, ply, 2 of which are flutes. You're already speaking the language of boxes. And right there, you see the price, 25 rupees. But here's the thing. What does that price really tell you, especially if you're looking to buy a whole bunch of them? Okay, this is a really important detail to notice about how these things are priced. You'll almost always see it listed per piece. Think of this as the starting point, like a baseline cost for one single unit. It's not the final price for a big custom order. And it makes sense that the price per piece changes so much, right? You can see here a big, specialized corrugated mango box costs a lot more than a simple paper bag. The cost is tied directly to things like the size, the complexity, and of course, the strength of the material. So you've found a box that looks pretty good. You've got an idea of the unit cost. Now what? How do you actually go from just looking around their website to, buying a few thousand of them? Well, on just about every single product page, you are going to see a big, obvious button. This button is your gateway. It's how you start the process of getting an order made just for you. And the process itself is actually super simple. You find the box style you like, you click that Get Best Quote button, and then you fill in your details. This is the crucial part. You tell them the exact size you need, how many you want, the quantity, and if you need any custom printing. All those factors go into building a precise custom price just for your order. So what happens after you click Submit? Well, as Boxpool says right here, they'll get back to you. This isn't like adding something to a shopping cart and checking out. Clicking that button starts a real conversation with the manufacturer to make sure everything, the product, and the price is a perfect fit for you. So let's do a quick recap. What did we learn? First, a box's real strength comes from that hidden flute and liner combo. Second, knowing the difference between single wall and double wall is huge. And finally, remember that the per piece price is just a starting point, and that Get Best Quote button is your best friend for getting a real custom solution. At the end of the day, a box is so much more than just a box, isn't it? It's often the very first physical thing a customer touches from your brand. It protects your product, yeah, but it also says something. It builds your brand. So the next time you're thinking about packaging, ask yourself, what do you want your box to say?